Most exciting destination in all of northern Wisconsin. LCO Casino Lodge and Convention Center, Hayward. LCO.
Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Native News Update. It's Friday, April 7th, and many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryNews.com. And here's the news for today from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The National Endowment for the Humanities has awarded $291,000 to a project at the University of Arizona to record new narrations for mid-century educational films about the Native tribes of the Southwest. The films were made soon after World War II and shown widely in social study classes in what was then called junior high school. Many of these films featured the Native American tribes in and around Arizona. However, the tribes themselves were never involved in the filmmaking process. This project aims to rectify that. They are going to return the films to the communities and have them tell the stories of what they see on the screen. The collaborators will re-record narrations for 60 films about 11 cultural groups, including the Navajo, Tohono O'odham, Pueblo, and Zuni. They hope the work will begin this summer. The New York State Museum has expanded its collection of contemporary Native American artwork. The museum has added 8 new works to the collection, launched in 1986, and now numbering more than 150 pieces. The new works include a film basket woven by Onondaga Micmac Nation member Gail Tremblay, carved wood and antler cane by Oneida Noel Chris John Benson, and 4 watercolor and beadwork pieces by Oneida, Wisconsin member Dawn Dark Mountain. The museum in Albany, New York is open Tuesday through Sunday, and admission is free. A new publisher of comics and graphic novels is focusing exclusively on Native American writers, game designers, and artists. The company, Native Realities, just released the reboot of the first all-Native superhero comic. Comic creator John Proudstar created the first comic book to feature a whole team of Native American superheroes. Tribal Force debuted in 1996, but the publisher went out of business just after 1 issue. Native Realities also published Tales of the Mighty Code Talkers, edited by Kickapoo author Aragon Starr, best known for her comic book Super Indian, and created with a slew of other Native writers and artists. Native Realities founder Lee Francis is working on the second Indigenous Comic-Con slated for the fall. He'll also publish more comics and games this year that will be available online, in schools, and at Native American community centers. The next chapter of Proudstar's Tribal Force is due out this summer. A new WGN American television pilot with a largely Native American cast is filming in Santa Fe, New Mexico and surrounding areas this month. Scalped, based on a series of graphic novels with the same name, centers on the fictional Prairie Rose Reservation in South Dakota, where an ambitious chief opens a casino to much controversy. The pilot will star Gil Birmingham, Irene Bedard, Alex Perez, Chesky Spence, Lily Gladstone, and Zahn McLaren. Plus, it will employ 15 principal actors, 350 extras, and 120 crew members from the state of New Mexico. The 60-issue graphic novel series, printed by Vertigo, an imprint of DC Comics, began in 2007. It was written by Jason Aaron and illustrated by R.M. Herrera. In early September 1930, the Blackfeet Nation of Montana hosted a historic Indian Sign Language Grand Council, gathering leaders of a dozen North American nations and language groups. The 3-day council was organized by Hugh L. Scott, a 77-year-old U.S. Army general who had spent a good portion of his career in the American West, where he observed and learned what users called hand talk and what is today more broadly known as Plains Indian Sign Language. With $5,000 in federal funding, Scott filmed the proceedings and hoped to produce a film dictionary of more than 1,300 signs. He died before he could finish the project. Scott's films disappeared into the National Archives, but recently rediscovered, they are an important resource for those looking to revitalize this hand sign language. Later this month, students of the Crow Reservation's Wyola Elementary School will be showcased at the annual Montana Indian Education Conference. There they will demonstrate their Crow language skills, both spoken and signed. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and have a grand day.